The night I found out what my best friend was doing behind my back. I was standing in my own house, in the dark, holding my breath, because I could hear voices upstairs. A man and a woman. The problem was, I lived alone, or at least, I thought I did. What I discovered that night didn't just cost me a friendship. It changed how I trust people forever. Before I tell you what happened next, let me ask you something. If your best friend betrayed you in your own home, would you confront them immediately? Or would you stay quiet and uncover the truth first? Let me know in the comments. And if you love powerful stories filled with betrayal, secrets, and shocking twists, make sure you subscribe to Broken Vows Stories, because this story only gets worse. My name is Caleb, and 3 months ago I did what I thought was a simple favor. My best friend Marcus called me late one night. "Bro, I need help." His voice sounded different, stressed, desperate. He told me he had just broken up with his girlfriend, lost his apartment, had nowhere to go. Without thinking twice, I said, "Stay with me." That's what friends do, right? They show up when things fall apart. First, everything felt normal. Marcus was grateful, respectful, quiet. He kept to himself most days. Said he was looking for a new place. I didn't question anything, because I trusted him. We had been friends for over 10 years. But trust has a way of blinding you to things you should notice. About 3 weeks in, things started to feel off. Marcus began staying out late, sometimes not coming home at all. Other times, he would come in quietly, like he didn't want to be heard. First, I ignored it, told myself he was just trying to get his life back together. But then one night, I noticed something strange. The guest room door was locked. That had never happened before. I knocked. No answer. I tried the handle. Locked. I stood there for a moment, confused, because Marcus never locked the door. And then I heard it. Movement. Inside. But when I knocked again, everything went silent. The next morning, I asked him about it. "Why was your door locked last night?" He didn't even hesitate. "Oh, I just fell asleep. Must have locked it by accident." The answer came too quickly, too easily. But I let it go, because again, I trusted him. A few nights later, I came home earlier than usual. The house was dark, quiet, but as I stepped inside, I heard it again. Voices, upstairs. This time I was sure of it. There was someone else in my house. I moved slowly, carefully, trying not to make a sound. The voices got clearer as I reached the top of the stairs. Then I heard something that made my heart drop. A laugh, a woman's laugh, coming from the guest room. I stopped, because I knew one thing for sure. Marcus hadn't told me he was bringing anyone over. I stood outside the door, my hand hovering over the handle. Every instinct told me to walk away, but I couldn't, so I opened it. And what I saw froze me. Marcus wasn't alone. He was standing there, with someone I never expected to see. My ex-girlfriend. For a moment, no one spoke. Marcus looked shocked. My ex looked guilty. And I just stood there, trying to process what I was seeing. "You've been coming here?" I asked quietly. Neither of them answered, because they didn't need to. The truth was already in front of me. But what Marcus said next made everything worse. "It's not what you think," he said. I laughed, because that's exactly what people say when it is what you think. Then he added something I didn't expect. "We've been talking for a while. A while." I looked at him, then at her, and suddenly, everything started making sense. The late nights, the locked door, the quiet phone calls. It wasn't random. It wasn't recent. This had been happening before he even moved in. My best friend didn't just betray me. He came into my house, already lying. I didn't shout. I didn't argue. I just stepped back, because sometimes silence says more than anything else. "Get out," I said. Marcus tried to explain, tried to justify it. But there are some lines you don't cross. And that was one of them. That night I lost 2 people. My best friend, and the person I once loved. But I gained something more important. Clarity. Because sometimes betrayal doesn't just show you who people are. It shows you who they've always been.